And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever 2. Alright, we have some bits and bobs here that we need to figure out. Namely, okay, so our cities are growing. And as you can see, construction materials for coffee here. We're at 307 and 326 of food. Well, if we go to our food, the maximum that we can actually make is 400. So how, then, can we supply more than one city with the proper nutrients? Like, how can we... We're going to need way more food processing plants. Like, we're going to need, one per city, and that's not even enough. Like, it sort of is going to drop off here. And why, pray tell, am I not supplying all of it? Let's see. Yeah, you're only at 70% of the food. And I'm assuming it's because we need more farms, or more grain at the very least. So, yeah, we have all of the farms. We have 93 here, which means some of it is being wasted. Let's see. Yeah, this is where we're going, right here. So let's maybe replace this train. We only have 8 cars. Any fancy engines yet? Nothing cheap, for sure. What year is it? 71? We're just on the cusp of getting some new vehicles. Yeah, the 70s, we're going to be starting to see a lot of new vehicles here. And you just came to a complete stop. Maybe that's why. Something like that. Maybe that's why this is not doing so well, because if there's a train in this area, that's counting as this block, so it's not separating those two out. So this, every time this train was up here, this train was stopped right here, just waiting. So maybe this will help improve the throughput. Oh, he is climbing. So I've had a test world going. I've got my heavy hauling mod uploaded, but apparently I missed something important because there's no models and no icons and nothing. So I gotta redo that. But it's showing me the reason I did it, because I want to do an Uber production series with this. And so there's there's an industry times 4. There's a city, there's a modder that put out a lot of different variations of increasing the amount of stuff that you can deliver to cities. Because right now you can only deliver 2 types of goods, versus in Transport Fever 1, you were able to deliver all of the goods. So he's got several different flavors of that mod. I've also got a town growth mod that tweaks town growth to be more asymmetric. So if you have a city, right now a city pretty much grows evenly across all sectors. But if we look at the editor here, you can see the numbers. These numbers are sort of the base use of the city. And then the overview here, this is reflecting how those numbers are applied plus the percentage that you boost it. So this final percentage is a modification of all these. And they pretty much grow evenly across all those sectors in vanilla. And what the mod does is it separates these. So if you have a city where you're funneling in tons of, say, commercial goods, say for economize your tools, The asynchronicity, or whatever the word is, grows commercial faster than all the other ones. So you can specialize your cities. So you can have a city where you have an industrial powerhouse where you're just feeding industrial goods. You can have a city that you're just feeding commercial goods. And then you can have a city that you're not feeding any goods, but you have the best transit system of all time for the residential sector, and that will boost the number of destinations here, which will boost the residential population of the city, which then you can use to your advantage to move people from commercial and residential to residential and industrial. You can move people, more people on your train lines, because they may grow up in a city that has mostly residential, because the neighboring city is all industrial, and that's where all of the jobs are, so you have to commute over there. And they would only do that if you have the lines ready to go. So I kind of want to experiment with that system a little bit and see if I'm right about it, or if I'm way off in how that works. A little bit of experimentation. The other thing I found out is later in the game, as we are approaching now, I have money beyond all measure. Like I have zero problems with the fundage. I'm almost at $1 billion in my, cash at hand. And so very little restricts me from doing, from growing new lines and just going crazy. The thing that's preventing me from doing that is the fact that cities and industries are so limited. And if we want to grow very large cities, and believe me, cities can grow very, very large, thousands and thousands of people, and I want to try to get a city in that same realm. But anyway, we are going to need lots of products, lots of production. And a ×4, the one I have is an X4. So it takes this factory maximum of 400 and times that by 4. So this maximum becomes 1,600. Well, that still is not enough to keep up with a very large city that's growing like gangbusters. Like in my test worlds, it's just not enough, period. So we're going to want to tweak as much as possible. Oh, we're definitely going to want to... Some of these... I've been playing a lot of my private test world, and I'm so used to it. And I'm just about at 2010, and so all of the engine, like everything is super fancy. There is the EMD. That's what I was wanting. I knew it was close to being unlocked. I didn't know exactly how much I would have to wait. Okay, so this here, we're going to replace diesel EMD. We're going to have, well, yeah, this is a steam. And I doubt we actually have some steam in here. Interesting. Let's see. We're going to do, let's see. Yeah, right here. It's an ugly color. Do we want 2? Well, how wide? That's pretty big there. What I want to do here. Pause. I want to change this up. Something like that. And then I discovered this little trick. I posted on the forums, like, hey, how come I can't upgrade tracks in a station? And it's like, oh, you can do that. It's just in a different menu. So there we go. Something like that. A little bit of extra space out of there. I wish like the overview of this told you how long the station was. That would be so nice. We are going to manage, replace, gondola. No, yeah, gondola. Uh, 10 maybe, 34 million. Go for it. Okay. So that increases dramatically the amount of stuff that I can move, which hopefully will boost this up. You don't want to make it too high just because it's never going to be full. You can see even our big boy here still making money. Ooh, its condition is bad though. See, that's 3.4 million a year. How much is this costing me? 5.7 million. So these might not actually make any money. And that's one of the reasons why I want to go higher production. Because, you know, these are great and all, but the farms never increase their production. And 200 is just not enough. It's minuscule amounts compared to how much cities want to consume. Like right now, this city wants 319 food. That's roughly 640 grain. 640 grain. That's 3 farms plus, you know, a few fields off a third or a fourth. There's 3 full farms worth of food just for one city. So yeah, the amount of production on raw materials is very, very low and not really helpful. You can see this guy is kind of putting some more down. My transport percentage should skyrocket there. How is my condition on all of these? Yeah, see, I'm getting some maintenance. Oh no, condition. Ooh, very bad. Okay, coffee, food trucks. We want to manage vehicles. We replace cargo. Peterbilt. Place. And let's set you to that. Yeah, very bad ones. Just they basically stop making money. So coffee, grain, managed vehicle, replace. We are gonna go with one engine this time, and that was like what, 8? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 21 million. And then obviously this guy. The other thing is the top speed on this is 65, whereas the cargo wagons now are can clock in at 75. That's the only bad thing about this engine alone. So yeah, we're gonna just do 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is fine. Well, let's go 9. Just because we're at about the same amount cost per year. Now this one, we don't need all of that. So I'm going to replace. I know I just replaced this, but doing this now will save me on money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I actually make money on that deal because this train is still valuable enough where I can make a little bit of money. And now, when she pulls in here, we should get a little bit better return. See, there's only 93 waiting here. And this guy's got, what was that, 152 capacity? So, plenty of capacity with the same amount of money. Now, we need to start looking for alternate food sources. Because as Coffee and Durrani start consuming that food, you can see Durrani up here probably doesn't need a whole lot. Yeah, 69 total. Are we seeing... We're only seeing 48 for some reason. Probably because... I'm not able to make enough. Let's see, we have 93. How many do you have? We're going to manage this. Yeah, you're very bad. Bad engine. Very bad engine. We're going to do you, and then 8. Replace you. Nice modern engine, although you wouldn't ever see one that yellow. Ooh, that is a bright yellow, isn't it? You can see that coming for miles. A train like that would just be screaming for graffiti. Okay. So, even though that only, taps out at 65, there's just no way that we would need that speed limit any higher for this short little trip. All right, now what other? Okay, we have one more. This big boy. There he is. Oh, he's underground at the moment. So this is construction material. This is the stone supply for construction material. A very important line. And right now it's being pulled by a big boy. So our details look like 3.2 million a year is our running cost, which is not bad. Certainly. We're making money with it. Not a lot. Are we running out? We're not really running out of stone. How much stone is up here? Yeah, we're at 100%. So I really don't need any more capacity here. Now, let's see. Linked engine type. Steam power is 3,500 kilowatts. Okay. You can see the value, it's just plummeting. It just plummets over time. So, manage vehicle, replace. And I believe this is a light purple. We're going to do... so we do one of these? Yeah, see, one of these is fine. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, it's 168, and I'm way over that right now. I don't need 180. There we go. Let's replace you. We have a little bit of extra capacity, not that we need it. So we're already maxed out. This construction material, maxed out. We have another construction material way up here that is also maxed out, believe it or not. So yeah, 2 of these. The problem is the line delivering construction materials between the two, I think, only has 1 train. Okay, that's a problem. We double tracked it, so we have the ability. Let's see. Do we want a different engine on there? It's a pretty long distance, so having that higher speed might be nice. Let's get another engine on there. The cloned vehicle system is really broken. So don't, if you use it, just be aware that your vehicle may spawn, you know, all the way across on the other side of the map. Let's see how many. I like using this little feature. So 14 wagons on there. State cars, that's what I'm looking for. $14 wagons. $31 million. We've already double tracked it. And this transport 88% is low because you can see this error. Some cargo items are lost. So if you're not moving things and if the station fills up completely, you start losing the items that you're trying to transport. And this thing just pulls out of the station so slowly. It takes like a month for it to actually leave the station. And this other train is where? Yeah, he's coming back. I may even want to put a third on there, but I want to wait on that a bit. I'm not seeing a super high need for that kind of stuff. All right. Nice brand new train. All right, let's go up here. Is our train actually out? Hey, our train is out of the station. Finally. Okay. A nice full load. And, well, there may be some that we need to go to. Cup of coffee, nominating Z. So, how are you doing? 236. See what I mean? Like, these two cities alone overproduce one of those factories. It's just not enough. I'd rather have a few factories supporting all of the cities than 100 factories supporting 100 cities. Like, I may want to double up and nominate tool supply as well. But if we look at Denominates tools, you can see 270. We're in the 90 to 100 percentile range up here. I'm not too worried about it. I just don't like the thought of losing production, because this thing is going down. You can see some items are lost. So it's having to overproduce those items in order to compensate for the loss of the items. So if we look at this, you can see we only have one train. Is this doubled? Yeah, see, this is not doubled all the way through. We would need to double it under here in order to make sure that we don't get deadlock situations. And yes, my neighbor's dog is barking its head off again. It's been doing that for the last 5 hours. All right. Well, at least we did some maintenance and replaced some trains and got everything in a sort of a smoother state here. Hopefully these are still going to be profitable. Because, I mean, yeah, this is being tapped out. If you add these two numbers up, it comes into right here. So 376 right here. 376. So 322, if we started distributing properly, because I'm sure there are some areas, maybe little pockets. Oh, maybe we are delivering it to everybody. I like that thought. Or able to deliver it to everybody. Oh, look at that! See, there's some construction materials that aren't being supplied over here. All right. Yeah, it looks like our supply rating is pretty good. A couple commercial buildings here and there that are hurting, but in the end, it comes down to how are we able to produce. I don't know why it's not seeing all of coffee's. I mean, we should be very close. Yeah, we are very close. 322, and we're seeing 315. So that's like what, seven food difference. Those couple little buildings that we spotted, that would definitely be where that goes. So, all right. Well, we are just about at $1 billion, and I got no feedback as to possible like goals. So I'm not sure what people are looking for. So there's one last thing that I want to get done. And I want to get the crafting chain for steel up and running, because that's probably one of the most complex crafting chains, because you have you could look at steel being used in machines. So machines are really, really complex compared to all the other things. So first you need to make steel, then you need to take that steel, convert and combine it with planks, and then you get your machines. So Fartex here is a perfect consumer of machines. We have tons of potential machines over here, and I would like to supply some of those machines, because we got the crafter right down here, and we are going to need to find first, we're going to need to get some steel up, and then we're going to need to make some planks. So there's planks, and then steel. We have iron, there's some coal, iron. There's some steel there. So here's some steel. There's the machines, and there's the planks. So we're going to work on getting all of that stuff automated. Should be fun. And what is our demand right now of machines? 222. So about literally into this third stage here already. So it would be profitable. It would be quite a bit profitable. But that's going to have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.